Okay, I have to. So it's like 12:31 right now. I had to reshoot this because I had the brilliant idea. I think there's like fumes just because I started, but yeah, I had a brilliant idea of like showing the cars in my driveway, and I just realized I just showed like license plates. And I know you're not supposed to show license plates or like addresses and stuff and like street signs when you make YouTube videos because like you can like people could stalk you and like use your personal information, like hack you. But anyways, I just moved my car. Yeah, I got my thing right now. I just moved my car because like we got trash day tomorrow. But yeah, and I just decided to just hit record and give you guys like how things are going because like I've been making like tons of shorts on like how my life's been going. And my life's been restful. Like these days, I've been feeling so sick that I can't do anything without it feeling painful. And because like I've been just dealing with like dizziness and like feeling like my head is like hurting, like there's something wrong with me and stuff like this. But I chalk it all down to eyesight. So I spent a lot of my time just closing my eyes and laying down. And these are hot days. It's like over 100, and it's gonna be over 100 like the next week. But it's like the last roar of summer. So I always go out when it's like 6, and then like I walk back when it's like getting dark. But yeah, it's like short walks, But so I've been like hopping on Google Drive. I've taken lots of photos, in the previous years, and I used to run pretty far. I used to be so used to like running, like all the way out. Now I can't do that, and it just shows how fucked up my health got over like just a little bit of night shift. My body, like, it all started with night shift, guys. It started with night shift. So even when I was like doing this like whole antidepressant thing, which is, we'll talk about that. But even when I was doing like, trial drugs, I would still be able to like run a lot. But I guess it did mess with my hormones maybe, and I guess it like, being off those drugs, life started feeling hella different. Um but yeah, man. I can't tell if like life totally just got my perception of reality got wrecked from taking that. But and working at a warehouse, like, did all the damage. And then working night shift at a warehouse, even worse, even worse. You do not want to do that. There's a reason, like, now that I look back at it, there's a reason that there were a lot of people working during the day and they felt more lively and social. And yeah, like I remember when I was working like on 6, I could tell you guys where I work because I'm not going back ever again. So one of my favorite warehouses, because like you could pick, and like the other jobs in a warehouse are no big deal. Um, so yeah, like that place. I had friends at that place. I had like lots of like good friends at that place. It's like the first, like, I feel like, yeah, like when I was like a blue badge at Amazon and like things were going great and I was doing all these races, you know, that was like God's apology for all the shit I went through. And like when I quit, like this was the story that played in my head when I quit. I feel I feel like I just didn't realize that like the whole job was God's gift to me, and I was like blinded by like all the stuff that was going on at the time. Like coming home and like my mom like being the way she was, and all the unfairness and like being mistreated at work. We'll talk about that later. Like I love that time during my life, but like I did like face a lot of like mistreatment, like including like I was working during COVID times where we had to where they forced us to wear a mask during that entire shit, you know, like even though you're not really around people, but like when it came to like working at Amazon, they tell you, oh no, like someone, there has been a case at your site, you know. So yeah, and like I think my sister, like she was working at the company at the time, she tested positive for COVID, and then as a result, just because I was related to her, I had like COVID leave pay, like they but like yeah, and like I didn't have to like show up, you know. It was like a breath of fresh air for me. 'Cause then that happened like, you know, like at winter time. And yeah, that was so great. That was like such a blessing in disguise. And like I felt the difference of like me not working. But yeah, and then like afterwards I started putting like a lot of strain in my body. Um because you know, I was trying to like figure it out at the time. Like, you know, cuz like I was trying to learn how to like enjoy life and stuff. And like, oh cool, like I'm a worker now, I'm gonna like really do this and stuff. But yeah, so like I guess my life really did just change when I quit. So maybe I'm not wrong about God going, oh, you I gave this makeup gift for you, this I gifted you this job after you went like job searching and like you worked at UPS and that sucked. Because like when I worked at Amazon, it really was just like this awesome blessing. And I had like, so they didn't let us wear like, you know, Bluetooth headphones. These are safety headphones. Now at that site, man, they you can wear headphones now. And like at that time, I had an Android with music downloaded to the Android. And you could plug like I relied on like plug-in headphones at that time. And the way I do it is like I plug it in and I would wear a hood and then like I would tuck it in, but I stopped doing that. And again, this was when they didn't allow headphones at the time. Um and so I invested like, you know, in I went to like, you know, the shops nearby, you know, like a Ross. And like I bought like the finally like Bluetooth headphones, but and I had this beanie and I would tuck it under to hide it. And man, you know, it's like I feel like I could have did like another year. And if I did like another year and my mom pissed me off enough, I would have just moved out. But, you know, I decided to quit and it's like, you know, I take the abuse from my mom even when I'm not working. And then yeah, and then I take the antidepressant study as a result of, you know. But yeah, I did quit because I got LASIK during that period. So one of the reasons I quit was because I got LASIK. I used to wear glasses, but I guess I was so like rising with life that I decided, okay, I should go get LASIK. And now I'm starting to regret it, man. Because like LASIK to me now is like I don't know how to word this, but it's like transgender surgery in a way. Because like I paid for that. Like I had medical at the time and I like paid for that. Um because they regarded it as like a cosmetic procedure. So there's that, man, there's that. There's a lot of shit like I really didn't know at the time, man. I really didn't know, but like like man, that period of my life really does feel like a fucking dream. Cause like yeah, you know, I was like riding on Amazon's energy, you know. But I just didn't have like my dad. And yeah, I wish I consulted my dad about these things, you know. It's just I was just doing everything on my own. Um and you know, like my situation, of course my mom like walked me into like some bad decisions. But yeah, so all I could do is move forward, you know, with, you know, the mistakes I made and biggest mistake was quitting. But if me at the health I'm at were working, quitting would be understandable. Very, very, very understandable. Why are you driving slow? Oh, fuck it. Do you see how dangerous this is? Always have your keys in the ignition. This guy's driving way too slow right up to me. But yeah, now I'm actually not work oriented. It's like I don't want to work full time. And back then I had the energy. But they already harvested my energy. They already harvested my health. And I'm trying to get it back, That's my mission. I don't give a shit about the money. I live with my parents, I'll live with my parents till the end, maybe, whatever happens, happens. The world feels like it's fucking ending, I feel like it. With the AI replacing humans so quickly, and how apparent like humanity is disregarded, and like how people like kind of like disregard each other now, compared to like how it used to be. People are less, have less humanity, but yeah, the world just feels like it's ending, so it's whatever. Maybe they have like a bunch of like robots, or just like as Elon Musk said in like this Joe Rogan podcast, it's a genie like creature, I think. I don't know, I don't remember that, but like I remember listening to that like when I was like working, and they said, yeah, they don't have control over this, and like there's some AI super being that's gonna take us out. Hopefully not, but you gotta enjoy life. But I hope the collective joy of humanity just comes back, and everyone starts being happy, and we have some humanity, and we don't have any wars. There's no more stupid wars, and we're not being drafted. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen, man. Like, people rely on jobs, and the jobs are just disappearing, and like the rich have gotten hella richer, and the poor are just left to fend for themselves, and pay higher rent and lose their jobs. And yeah, it's been months since well, I'm not gonna say it, but so I guess I'll end the video right there. I think I've talked about my life too much. But and also I'm on melatonin right now. I took like 2 melatonins, and but I hope I could heal. I can't heal like this, dude. This is a mess. What I'm really more concerned about is my car fumes, So I'm kind of worried that my car is like burping like gas and like toxic shit at me. And man, I really wish. So imagine if rent was like $500. Maybe like 500 to 1,000. I'd be out of here. I wouldn't care if I lived right by my house. I would book it. I would book it. That's the best option. But it's there's good and bad. The good is you're not paying rent. The bad is you're struggling a little bit. But you have to. I mean, why does home feel like a job? But then in a way it's like there's so much unnecessary pressure, and that's from my mom, man. That's from my mom. But totally different topic and idea, and I'll talk about this in next week. But you gotta choose your wife and the mother of your kids, like their lives depend on it, and your life depends on it. Because oh, my dad's a trooper. My dad really worked himself. But just do that, man. Just do that. Peace out, and thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.